Hello and welcome to the party, the Croak and Crow New Year's Eve party. It's good to be here. There's a lot going on, isn't there?
Yeah, well, years are ending, years are starting. Yeah, we got friends.
There's a lot going on. First of all, the Christmas tree's gone. Okay.
Good riddance.
Good riddance. See you next year. We got our new co-host. His name is Frank. Pronouns are he, him.
Yes.
But
Frank?
he's joined the party today because you know what? You know what they say about three? Three is a party.
Okay.
2 is a couple, 3 is a party.
Right, it was our thruple.
So we're here. We have our charcuterie board. And guys, guess what? Just so happens, it's the 40th episode.
It's the 40th
It's the 40th episode. We're getting a canvas drawing.
This is to prove that there's nothing on it to begin with. It's still in plastic, actually.
Take that, haters.
So I've been brought back by popular demand. And I'm going to paint a photo because 20 plus 20 is 40. And this is the 40th episode.
So you do the math. We're rolling into 2021 the right way.
Yeah.
So sit down, grab yourself a drink. We got ourselves some sparkling grape juice.
This is New Year's Eve with
And we are
Croak and Crow.
New Year's Eve with Croak and Crow. It absolutely is the first.
You can hear that music. You can hear the music bumping there. And
this is a beautiful 2020 blend. The great year for sparkling grape juice.
For only.
It's the rosé version. As you can see by the beautiful pinks. Why not pour ourselves a glass? You know what? If Jesus
raise a glass if you want.
If Jesus turned his blood into wine.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't have to do with this, but
no. This is cheers to the crowers, the cronies out there.
I don't like cronies.
What?
Cronies isn't the name. Isn't that like what you call people who work at a carnival? That's carnies.
That's carnies.
What's cronies?
Cronies are your friends.
Oh.
But I mean, I'm not going to push a label on our fandom. You pick your own. No problem.
You pick your own.
Could be the Ronies, Verona.
So yeah, guys. I think before anything, we should give a toast.
Thank you for handing this to me.
You're welcome. 2020 has been a tough year. It's been tough for all of us, and it's beating us down sometimes. But I have a good feeling 2021 will bring lots of joy and cheer all through the year.
Yes.
To Croak and Crow, to 2021, to live in life with God and with your friends. Cheers.
Slanche.
You're not gonna click it?
Oh. It's just that the microphone's in the way. Ding.
That was glass. Don't listen to
Is
what
this
the microphone.
gluten-free, alcohol-free, animal-free, and was it made by people who are good in life?
I don't know, was it?
Tastes good. It actually does taste good. Which brand is that?
Welch's.
Welch's.
Welch's always comes through.
I'll attach the...
It's the Welch's Rosé. Fine.
It's actually very good.
Fine bottle.
So cheers. Cheers up.
So cheers. So yeah, so it's the 40th episode. We promised a painting. It just so happened to fall on New Year's Eve. So
New Year's Eve. It's New Year's Eve. You thought you had nothing to do because everything is closed.
Everything's closed.
It's a weird time, but this is the party where you can be when it turns to the next year.
Yeah, if you turn it on at exactly the right time, it'll probably
time
end
it out.
Right at that. So do you have any inspiration for your drawing? I feel like I'm living over here. But look at me.
I know. You seem like I am the hired, talent.
Yes.
Yeah, paint for me.
Thanks, even though I feel like I'm wearing a dunce cap, but
this is your bodyguard.
Yeah.
With thank you to C Cups Design, who makes our shirts for us.
Shout out C Cups Design. Follow them on Instagram. We'll plug it.
Yeah. And what else?
That's it. It's just been a great year. Besides COVID, it's been a great year. You know why? Because we're all breathing. We've grown spiritually and physically and emotionally. So I ask you, what is your inspiration for this piece?
Croak and Crow.
The penguin?
What? I told you not to eat during the thing.
I know, it was just so enticing.
What did you say?
What's your inspiration for the drawing you're about to make?
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
A second ago I felt on cloud 9. Now I feel.
Oh no!
Now I feel small.
Don't. You are the human in this alien world. I told you, Croak and Crow. Do you want something else?
I'm I was thinking it would be something sort of New Year's Eve inspired.
New Year's Eve.
Like,
little informational. In other countries, some other countries, they say Old Year's Night as opposed to New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Oh, that makes more sense. I like that better. You know why?
Why?
I said this about Christmas. I said Christmas Eve is like a holiday on its own. Mm-hmm. And what's more of a holiday? I guess when I said that, I said, what's a better Eve? I completely didn't think about New Year's Eve, which is bigger. New Year's Day.
New Year's Eve has always been my favorite.
New Year's Day, I'm sorry, but does anyone care? Like, besides the Mummers Parade, which is in Philly.
I was going to say, Philadelphians.
Philadelphia, we care about New Year's Day, but in a sort of different light. New Year's Eve, that deserves a name.
New Year's Eve is the best.
To Old Year's Night?
Old Lang Syne? Oh.
Old Lang Syne. To Old Year's Night.
Are we going to sing Old Lang Syne? You just cut me off right away. Like, no, that's not happening.
Because I was eating crackers and I didn't want to start talking.
No, that's fine.
So what are we talking about today?
I don't know. I have one idea, which, and don't forget, guys, we're going into the New Year's. Don't forget to give us suggestions. And I wanted to say, if you want us to say that you gave it, say that. And otherwise don't say I said it. You know?
Don't let anyone know. But yeah.
Yeah.
We said this in an earlier podcast, but 2021 is all about you guys. All we do is talk. We're just a bunch of talkers. So give us things to talk about. We can. It's not one of these things that's like, what do we do next for you guys? We don't know what we're doing.
I know. I hate that.
Well, we don't use the word hate on this podcast.
No, I don't hate that. I
feel like a unicorn or something.
A unicorn, that's fun.
This grape cocktail must be getting to me. No, yeah, we're not saying give us ideas so our channel we can continue with or without you. No. What we're saying is we would love for anyone watching to be involved.
Right.
To send us topics. We'll get a whole fishbowl action.
Right.
Beginning of the show. Pull out the topic.
Right.
Improv our way to the history books.
And if you, like I said, if you want to be anonymous, be anonymous. And if you think, well, I'm not anonymous if I put it on the YouTube comment, so just go to Instagram and DM me.
Slide in the DM. Slide in Kirk Crow's DMs with some.
That's how we met Frank.
Yeah. He was he hung around a sketchy crowd, and one day we found him in an alley.
Yeah. So don't worry about that. Right. So different ideas. But you know what I was thinking we could talk about today? Because since I am painting and I'm giving it my all, do you want to talk about The Giver?
So I want to talk about The Giver.
If you look back on 2020, Croak and Crow, you were a few times you were like, when are we going to talk about it?
Yeah.
I didn't read it or see it. Is it a movie?
It is a book that was turned into a movie.
Okay, I didn't do either one, so I thought I don't know about it, but you know about it, and you kind of promote it.
Yeah, I love The Giver, but I kind of wish you had told me earlier because I would have rewatched it. Like on our Footloose episode, I was giving you names and locations. Okay. But I can talk about it because it brings up a concept.
Okay.
So The Giver, I'm not going to give any names for specifics, but it's about a world. No, it's about a community.
Okay.
This black and white community, but black and white is just sort of the artistic representation of.
Oh, it's like modern.
No, it was made like to be without color on purpose.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like when they made it, was it possible to make a colored movie?
Yeah, the movie's not that old.
Oh, okay.
Taylor Swift is cameos in it.
No, you're kidding.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm like describing the movie because I'm trying to paint a picture.
I think the word is colorized, by the way. What I just said was wrong. But go ahead.
So everyone from the day they're born, it's very structured, and you take 2 pills every day. You're in a black and white world. Everyone lives in the same house, and you walk to your.
Everyone lives in the same house.
In the same type of house.
Oh, gotcha.
It's all the same design.
Like think of like a video game or something.
What video games are you playing?
Like you know how it's like just background things. It's like Lego houses.
Yeah. And everyone, you say, everyone's assigned. You all go to the same school.
Gotcha.
And then through school, you learn. Once you turn, 16, you learn what your job assignment will be for the rest of your life, like based on you are going to be a birther,
right?
Or like you have babies, and like no one has their own babies. Okay, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you guys. No one has their own babies. Like, it's a job. And then, like, the men, you are going to be a farmer.
But there is genders.
There is genders.
Yeah, okay.
And so you're not allowed to do a lot. So this boy, everyone sort of finds their own way. Like, it's easy to see that they're going to be, oh, you're going to be in the military. I think they had a military, or like they called it like an explorer or something. You're gonna be a nurse, but he didn't know what he wanted to be. Like, he was like, shouldn't I know by now? And the parents were like, no. And so he became this position that no one's heard of. There's a big ceremony for this position, and and they're like, okay, you're Ronald Stewart, Ron Stewart. You are going to be the next giver.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's the name title either, but that's the idea.
Okay.
And he's like, what? What?
Never heard that one.
What? And so they're like, report to the old house on the hill, right by the cliff tomorrow. And he's like, his parents are confused. He's confused. But
even the parents? I thought the parents were like, oh, we know what that is.
No, because it's this like big honor. There was like an old guy who wasn't before, but he had just gotten old enough to be replaced.
Like the Dalai Lama?
Yeah, like the Dalai Lama. And so the kid goes, and it's this old wise guy with a bunch of books and stuff. And he's like, first things first, you need to stop taking those pills.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so he stops taking the pills. And the whole idea is that guy was the memories keeper. Okay. So they came from like our world, right? Mm-hmm. And then like our world is so divided, war, disease, all poverty. They realized that the way to get out of that is to erase everything that causes all that, which is human emotion, like love, anger, fear, all. And so it's just this. And so someone needed to hold those memories to remember why they're doing what they're doing. Okay. So long story short, like, he sees like war, like the guy is able to travel back with him and like telepathically. He sees like war and all these things, and then the pills make him start to see color. The girl he was friends with, he starts to see her red hair, and he's like, whoa, that red hair is a lot cuter than that gray hair was.
Always the redheads.
It's always the redheads.
Both in trouble.
And then he, tears down the establishment, and he escapes with a baby that he saved.
Escapes with a baby?
Yeah, it's a good book and a good movie. I don't want to spoil it.
Really? You don't want to spoil it?
Well, I mean...
How are you going to talk about it?
Yeah, I was thinking that's all I can do about talking about it.
Really? No, just say what is the message of it.
What is the message?
What's the moral of the story? What's the takeaway?
I'm glad you said that.
Okay.
Because I was done talking about the plot, but guess what? I'm done talking about the plot.
Okay.
Let me talk about what it means.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I want to know.
A lot of people ask me, they say, Spencer, you're a God-believing man. I said, yes, I am. Dramatic pause.
That deserves a cheers.
I say.
Give Frank some. Here you go, Frank. Hope he doesn't have COVID.
He's a lightweight. Be careful with this one.
He's not a lightweight. He's very hard to move.
A lot of people, they say, Spencer, you believe in God, right? And they're trying to push me into a corner.
Are they?
Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, watch this. And then they look at their
they're going to trick you.
Yeah, and they're like, we're about to stump him, this fool.
That they did to Jesus all the time.
And they say, if God is all loving and all powerful, why does he...
What if God were one of us?
I love that. The song is playing Wah Wah when I worked there, and I used to just be like...
Okay, so go ahead.
Why does he let bad things happen?
Yeah.
Why does he let bad things
Age-old
happen?
question. Age-old question.
Why is there evil? And...
Why me?
And then they laugh at their friends like, let's see him answer that. And I'll say...
I was being Nancy Kerrigan.
Nancy, she's the one with the ice skater with the legs.
Why?
Her career was ruined.
No, she did fine. But you know what? Just real quickly, yesterday we talked about names. I don't want to use up your giver time, but yesterday we talked about names.
I don't know if I could have 40 minutes of giver, but I'll try.
Yesterday we talked about names, and later on I was thinking about Tanya Harding. They made a movie about her, but the husband who was involved, I think he might have been the pipe hitter. He changed his name so people would stop. associating him with this terrible, iconic thing.
Even though he was the one that actually was the axe swinger?
Yeah. But it's funny because, like, when they publish that this person changed their name because they didn't want to be associated, it's like, well, now you just told us their new name. So, but anyway.
You can't hide from the truth.
No. So people ask, why? Why can't he not make these things happen?
Yeah. Okay. And then they're like, hey, checkmate. What's he going to say? And I'm going to say, you need all that. Right? God gave us... Should I get preachy now? I feel like I have my preaching helmet on.
Oh my God.
My helmet.
The cone of truth.
And then I just...
Oh my God, we could use you to paint.
And then I just bum rush them with my horn.
Dip your confetti in the paint.
Yeah, and I say, you fools, God's greatest gift, God's showing that he loves us, right?
Yeah.
Is free will.
Okay.
To truly love someone, right? It means he gave us free will to have the choice. To have the choice to follow him. To have the choice to love him.
Yeah.
And without that, it would be a giver society. Yeah, that's what. Oh, the reason God loves us. Oh, why is there war? There's war because God loves us, and God gives us the choice.
Okay.
You know, like if you're in a relationship, and you don't let your girl go out to the club, you don't let her hang out with her friends.
Yeah.
You don't let her do anything. When you're with her, you don't do anything bad. But it's like, I don't want anything bad to happen.
Right.
Do you really love that person?
No, you just want to control them.
You want to control them.
You want to have them in a controlled environment.
You want to have them in a controlled environment. So what God wants for us is to live charitable lives, fulfilling lives. Being kind to strangers and our neighbor, no matter their religious background, but to make it worth something. To make it worth the fact that I want to be nice to someone.
Right.
It's only worth it if I also have the choice to be mean to them. To be unconditional to someone only works if I also have the ability to kill that person.
Right.
Because then you're and that's the faith. Oh, we have faith in God. God has faith in us.
That's right.
He's all powerful. He could have a giver society, black and white. You know, you're doing this job. You're doing this job. From a baby, your cranium's too big. Toss you. He could do that.
Right.
But instead, he's given us a world with systems in place that allows us to make free choices that makes it ever the more great when we then choose the right path.
Right.
Choose the right way. I am preaching to somebody in 2020. There's a few moments left in 2020 and I know I can reach somebody. So I'm talking to you. You have that free choice. You have the ability to do bad, but by God, you have the ability to do good. And I want you to go out and do the right thing. I want you to do the right thing.
Get yourself hurt.
I think I'm becoming a preacher. Didn't even know it.
Well, it just happens.
It just happens. It just happens like that.
From the Holy Spirit.
So yeah, so that's my biggest thing about, like, when anyone ever says that, why is there evil in the world? I recommend them. I'm like, if you're a book reader, one of those bookworms, go read The Giver.
If you're a book reader.
If you are a movie connoisseur, watch The Giver. Taylor Swift does make a cameo in it.
That kind of
it's the smallest cameo.
Okay.
It's I can tell. So he had one person apprentice him before. The old man, I mean.
Yeah.
And or maybe it was his daughter. I think it was his daughter. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Who cares? But there's just one flashback he has that, like, the kid's not supposed to see because, like, I think she died.
Okay.
And it's just her playing piano and him over her shoulder for 5 seconds. It's just one of those things just to say she was in it.
Right.
Like, they can, a little cameo, look who it is, special surprise.
Right.
But, yeah, so that's why. That's why we have, there's so much evil in the world. Because how many times do I talk about opposites? Everything has an opposite. So when people say, oh, there's so much bad in the world, there's the way there can be so much bad is because there's so much good.
Right.
The better you get good, the more you're able to do good. It goes both ways. This means that, like, the way you're able to give life is the way you're able to take life. it's a system. So much I think, like people think, I don't know. They put God, I think. Am I getting too religious on this New Year's Eve podcast?
Never be too religious.
You can never be too religious.
Well, maybe you can.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I think they think God is too small to like not have the ability to do everything.
Right.
Where they think it's so much of him pointing his finger and saying,
right,
this is this way. I'll allow evil. Where it's like so much, I think it's so intricate we can't comprehend. It's more like a system.
Right. And
that is where the we talked about evolution on on one of the meme reviews, where it was like, why could not the system, the scientific people are like, oh, there can't be science and God.
Right.
If you believe in God, you believe He's the one who created the science.
Right.
Like He made a perfect system that can be quantified to numbers.
Right.
He made a process in which His creation had evolved from an earlier thing, and so I think because I'm a math guy, I'm an analytical guy.
You are.
And never am I stumped when people bring up analytics, and it's like I'm over here with my Merlin hat on, and it's like, oh, you're messing with magic. It's like it's like, oh, don't tell me I can't do that.
Pink hearts, yellow moons.
Yeah, pink hearts, yellow moons. It's me lucky charms.
Lucky clovers.
Yeah. I'm never. It's never stumped. It's never like I'm there at my table playing my card game, and someone's like, that was sleight of hand. I know your magic tricks. It's like anything you tell me science-wise, I'm like, that's so cool. God invented that. Like,
right.
Oh wow. The Big Bang. It was like, it doesn't disprove religion. If anything, that's a sign towards that.
Right.
Come on. It's 2021. It's it's about to be 2021.
What in science or nature makes you not think, you already know there's a God.
Yeah.
What in science or nature do you see and you're like, you know, it's like it's like an affirmation of like
an affirmation of faith.
Yeah, like, you know, that's amazing the way the grapes grow on the vine, you know, like.
Yeah, that's a good question. Huh. So many things, and also like everything in a way. But
yeah,
I mean, just the Earth. If you want to start big and go small, the Earth. You know, like how many planets do we know of? We haven't found life yet. Now, obviously, someone's like, we've only been to 0.01 point of thing, but the fact that we live in a world perfectly able to inhabit life.
Right.
Beyond that, the water cycle.
Do you like? I'm making you. That was the paint.
Ew, too much cheese.
Stop it. Am I making you think of something? You know what I'm saying? Like
nothing jumps out. Like there's
like in normal life, are you just like, that is so amazing, like a snowflake or something, or like no, or everything, everything and nothing. You know,
it's everything. That's sort of when I was saying, like, I want people to know I'm not that guy. I'm not that mystical, get lost in the wind. I wish I was. You know, like Pocahontas. Have you ever heard the wolf cry? I'm gonna cut that out. Where it's like she's seeing everything. I am very like, oh well, you know, oh look at the Grand Canyon, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's why like, water over thousands.
Yeah.
Like, but with that said, what blows me away is the system of it all. That this perfect world, like I was kind of joking with the water cycle, but in reality, you know, like the fact that there is this perfect system of reusable water that's constantly getting
filtering,
filtered, just things like that, where it's not like I'm just sitting there stargazing. It's just like we genuinely like our bodies function perfectly.
Stargazing. How great is stargazing?
I have bad eyes. You know what? I'll tell you. Yeah.
Everyone can see a star.
Not really.
Come on.
No. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I didn't realize how impressive stars were until I started getting my glasses.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Well, one we live right by the city, so light pollution out here is bad. But there was a time when I was in Colorado and we were driving through the Rocky Mountains in the middle of the night. It's not safe. Don't do it. But we stopped at, like, I don't know, what's over there? The Continental Divide or something?
I have no idea.
Something on top of a mountain. And we get out, and up to this point, I never really, like, stargazed. But it was, obviously on top of a mountain, pitch black. And she's like, look at this. My friend was like, look at the stars. And I was like, I could kind of see them. But then I put on my glasses, and what the difference. Really? And so now I even, like, I'll put my glasses on and just see regular stars.
Right.
Without my glasses, like, I can see, like, one or two of, like, the really bright ones.
Are you going to get the LASIKs?
I don't wear my glasses. Like, I only wear my glasses when I'm driving because I legally have to be responsible. But I don't like seeing. I think I've said this before.
What?
Yeah, I think seeing's overrated. Hot take. New Year's Eve hot take.
Okay.
I'm an art man.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm a well-educated, collegiate studier of the arts.
Yeah.
My favorite.
He holds the glass.
My favorite artist is Claude Monet. Have you ever heard of him?
I think so. He makes jewelry, like that fake gold. Monet. Forget it.
Whatever.
Monet Exchange. Drag queen.
He does a style. Do you know what the style is called?
Dots.
No, pointillism. Point.
I guessed.
No. Good guess. Because there is there is in some way dots. It's impressionism.
Okay.
And what impressionism, the impressionist movement. I'm gonna learn y'all a thing or two. I messed my hair up when I did that.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Not for anything. Anything you do on New Year's Eve, you're gonna do for the whole of the coming year. So now your hair is gonna be messed up.
Bad hair year? Yikes. So impressionism is the art style and movement of drawing colors, not line. Like, you don't draw an outline. Mm-hmm. You draw just colors of what you see. And so if you look really closely, it doesn't look like anything. But you walk back, and the color, Claude Monet is known for those lily ponds.
Oh yeah.
Right, and it's like if you go really close, it's all just these paint lines.
Right.
That he's just painting the color he sees.
Right. And
it comes together. And I often say that's the way I see. Mm. I think it's a nice, pretty way of describing being.
That is. No, it's
legally blind.
Positive.
Yeah. And so when I put glasses on, it's just the world gets too harsh. Like all the lines come together. I can see like individual blades of grass. I kind of like when it all blends.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
No.
I can't see if your facial expression's doing, but no.
Wait, you're lying, right?
No, I can't. I was kidding.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's a little too far.
I'm looking over here. That's not bad, right?
Oh, okay. Well, gosh, we covered a few things there where I wasn't part of it.
You're busy. You're busy.
I'm busy.
A pain. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. No, just do things make me think more about God than the human body. Like, you talked about filtration of water in life in the earth atmosphere and everything, but like the body filtration system and the everything, the repairing and the growing and it's amazing.
The repairing is so cool.
It's amazing.
Your body is like alive within itself.
Right.
Like, you can, like, Osmosis Jones. If anyone remembers Osmosis Jones.
Oh yeah, was that Bill Murray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a joke movie, cartoonish, but like in reality, the movie is sort of accurate in the way the body responds to itself. Like,
right.
It obviously made a very exaggerated cartoon version of it, but just the fact that it's not like, oh, I need to heal that scab. It's like,
right.
your body's on it, but
right.
Not scab. I need to heal that cut. The scab is what heals it, but
right.
I don't want a sneeze. It's like, oh, I have to sneeze. It's like your body expelling things it doesn't want.
Yeah.
Your body does more to help you than you do to help yourself.
And going forward in we're all still here. The progress that's going to be made with the stem cells.
Yeah. Start growing ears and stuff.
Yeah. It's pretty controversial. I don't know if it's party talk. Stem cells.
I don't think religion is either, so I think we already shot ourselves.
It's already
in the
not
foot
that
with
party.
That one.
Yeah. But I think it's amazing. you know, a lot of people think it's amazing. People died and left their bodies to science because they could have not died if that science had been progressed. And they're just hoping that they could have some part in it.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's like medical technology is moving so fast. And once again, I'm back to the religion thing. I see is that water? I just see liquid flying, and I'm really worried I'm gonna go over there and this. Are you doing like
it's art on
Andy
an easel.
Warhol painting?
You're the one that gave me this giant easel, and
I want to. It's okay. It's just so happened episode 40 fell on New Year's Eve. We couldn't go small easel.
No, I know, but we had
to double down.
I'm just saying. You have ever seen an artist's clothing or the floor or anything? Like, I'm guessing it's going to make a mess, but I mean, I think these are kids. It's Crayola. I'm sure it's fine.
New Year's Eve 2021 next year. We'll have maybe an upgrade.
Parties are messy. Like what? Paint.
You just throw the paint at the wall.
I want to.
That'd be kind of fun. Splatter paint. Fix our ugly background. No, I'm just kidding. Don't get any ideas.
I actually would love to do that.
But yeah, New Year's Eve. When do you think, like, everyone's talking about 2020? I don't know if this is party talk either, of like, how long will we be sad? Do you think 2021 is really gonna be that different from 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many unknowns in
Yeah, that's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
The unknowns.
And we've come a long way, and we adapt. Everything adapts in nature. Animals and people and viruses.
Multiple strains.
They're chasing us. We adapt, and we will always. There's going to be scary parts and slow parts where we're building the bubble over our cities because the atmosphere is toxic or whatever, futuristic world. But
skip forward next year, Crick and Crow.
Oh my gosh!
Welcome to New Year's Eve inside the bubble.
So wasn't that far off? We always humans always make a way. Nature always makes a way, and we're nature. People think like we're against nature because sometimes we're mean to it. You're mean to your spouse. You're mean to your child. So yeah. In that way, we do. Sometimes we're mean to nature. Sometimes nature's mean to us. Berries will kill us, or an animal.
There's lions.
Yeah, there's lions. But generally, the body repairs itself. Humans find a way to live on the earth, and nature provides for us.
Yeah.
I saw this
trees
thing.
and their oxygen.
I saw this thing about these fish that are adapting to eating plastic because
really?
There's so much plastic in the ocean.
What?
I'm not saying that that's the good. Let them take. Obviously we still don't want to pollute the ocean, but we're all going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. Tough times, but humans will survive, and we will have happy times.
Survive and prosper.
Everything's going to be okay.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because that was a lot of empowering words. Okay. Now let's get depressing for a second.
Sure, why not? It wouldn't be Croak and Crow if we didn't say something scary.
No, not depressing. But I always look at this. I'm obsessed with the Roman Empire.
Okay.
Not that obsessed, but the reason being is for so long, I never put actual timelines in my head.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot about the Roman Empire, the amazing architecture and the people who were thriving. Like the fact that so many philosophers came out of that time is because they weren't hungry.
Yeah.
They were good. They were living in cities not that far advanced from where we were, pre-technology, actual
right.
electricity. And that the medieval times with knights and
knights and
peasants
white satin
and peasants and illiteracy
yes
came after that. It was the fall of Rome where in 2 generations everyone became illiterate. Rome, where they had it down. If Rome kept going, they'd probably have cars in the year 200 AD. I don't know if that math is right. When was
Rome? I never check your math. I just use it as you know what I'm saying.
And so my question is, do you think someone's going to look back at our society and say, "Oh wow, if only the 2000s didn't fall, the 2000s era didn't fall, where would we be now?
Right.
Like, is like, you know when like stocks, how they go and they drop down and they keep going up?
Yeah.
That was a big drop in the medieval time. And then since then, it's been going back up. I'm saying history repeats itself. And are we eventually, maybe not in our lifetime, but will there be another fall? I ask you that.
Of course. There's always falls. Will the ocean go out again after it's come in? Like, yeah. Everything that happened happens, and everything will happen again.
What a lawyer. What a politician answer.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not. Or at least hopefully when I'm long gone.
Yeah, but it will be like, you're looking at it in a scary way, but it's not going to be scary. It's going to be improvement. I'm not saying there'll be a fall as terrible as what you're saying, like after Noah's flood.
Yeah.
You know, or, you know, everybody went illiterate or all the books were burned because, you know, we don't keep our stuff on paper anymore. Mm-hmm. But there are... This virus reset everybody.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Humbled us a bit.
Humbled us. Slowed us down for sure. Mm-hmm. Like, we were going full speed ahead, full speed ahead. No brakes on the car at all.
Fast and furious.
Yeah.
We were going to Mars before we were ready to deal with us. Right?
Yeah, so anyway, Happy New Year's. And, you know, it falls in different places, different times, obviously, time zones all over the world. So it's just a rolling switch over. And then there's cultures who don't follow our calendar.
Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year, which will be in, what, February?
Is there a Jewish New Year, too?
Yeah, there is. I think it happened. I think that was one of the high holy days that just passed. But, you know, just like Christmas, you know, when they say, you know, Jesus wasn't born on Christmas, you know, it doesn't matter that,
no,
like,
it's a reset.
Yeah, it's like this is the day that, you know, we're doing it.
Yeah,
so
you can tell your kid his birthday is a different month, you know, when he's born. Oh, you're born in July when really he was born in April.
Right.
Does it change anything?
Right.
Or does that just now become the day that you celebrate the kid's birthday?
Right.
Like, no one, like, it's not really much more meaning than the symbolic meaning. The symbolism. Yeah.
So, we talked about resolutions yesterday, if people want to check that out.
Yep.
And, what else do you do? I think people eat special stuff. Like, there's like ham or black-eyed peas. You eat food. Some people, some cultures eat things tomorrow.
On New Year's Day?
Yeah, on New Year's Day, you're supposed to eat.
What is it? Does that like symbolize something?
I think it just gives you luck for the year or something.
Wow.
Yeah. How do you feel about traditions?
New Year's traditions?
Any. Like I have to. Every year, you know, we have whatever. You know, we have to have this.
I'm not really a traditionalist. I understand it, but I don't know. I think it's a little too forced most of the time. Like.
Yeah.
I think it should be more of a conscious choice. Like, there's obviously traditions that I follow, but it's because I want to follow them. Like,
right. It's
not like gather the kids up. Like, we have to go to the pumpkin patch.
Right.
It's October 12th. We go every year. It's like, why? Why do we gotta go every year?
When you push things, yeah. When you push things.
If it's just like, oh, just so happy. Like, we have a soup off every year.
Yeah.
Can I plug the soup off right here?
Yeah.
Anyone's invited.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. That's an actual invitation.
Yeah.
Unless you don't like soup and then stay far away. So every year, what year are we going? Someone said 10, and that's not true. If anyone in my family's watching this.
Oh, I don't know.
When someone said it's 10-year anniversary, I wasn't sure. I did the math. But let's say we've done 5 years.
Yeah.
All of our, aunts and uncles, my aunts and uncles, her brothers and sisters and their husbands, and the kids, so my cousins, will make a pot of soup. Every family might make 2 pots. Like, oh, one of my cousins made this, one of my aunts made this. So there ends up being like how many? Like 10, 12?
Yeah. Sometimes there's more than one coming from the same household.
Yeah. Like 10, 12, 10, like about, let's just say 10. 10 pots of soup. And then we're all there together and we go around and
all in this together.
And we taste each soup, and we have a bowl of it. And at the end, we all vote. We all vote for what the best soup was. There's first, second, and third place, and the winner gets a golden ladle. But that just came up naturally.
Right.
Like now it's a tradition. Like
Right.
now we do it every year, but it was organic. It was chosen. I'm not saying unless it's organic, like. No, you can have Thanksgiving.
Right.
I'm not going to stop you. But I'm just saying, like, those are traditions that I'm here for.
Right.
That's like, oh, wow, this is really cool. Let's do it next year. And then, around the same time, it's like, hey, when do you guys want to have a soup off?
Right.
And I like that. But as far as, every year we paint Easter eggs on this day. And
right.
we can't
because,
miss it.
Life has so much to offer. You're saying, I'm sticking with this. I'm sticking, I don't want to see what's behind door number 2. I'm just going to stay here door number 1. And it's like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. And I think, live life as it comes to you.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I say this. I say enjoy the times that you're with the people you're with. Because you don't know when you won't be with them. And then don't make it a thing where it's like, every year I went ice skating with Grammy. It's like, just go ice skating with Grammy. Enjoy it in that moment. Don't make it like a next year you can't go ice skating now.
Grammy's not going to be around long.
Yeah. It's just enjoy the time you have with people. You don't need to put names and labels on everything that's happening.
Right.
Live in the moment.
Live in the moment.
Live in the moment. Traditions? Nah, it's living in the past.
It's true.
I have the soup off every year because I love soup every year. There's a day I stop loving soup is the day I stop going to the soup off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the Bible... I know we could cut it for the time.
We can go in it however long. It's a party.
If you know what I mean? And remember, don't drink and drive. Unless it's Welch's non-alcoholic rosé grape.
What she doesn't know is I spiked the juice.
Wait, now I forget what I'm saying.
I'm sure you did.
What was I just saying?
You were saying,
It was good.
Yeah. In the Bible it says.
Oh, in the Bible, there's lots of verses that say, lots, that say, forget the past. It's gone. Boom, done. Over.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying that about the Grammy thing, but I mean, that age-old Bible story of like, come with me. He's like, I have to bury my dad, and he's like,
right.
Let the bury the bed.
You said that I was spiked. You're spiked.
We're sharing the same bottle there. Let the dead bury the dead, for I am here now, or something.
That's right. Yeah.
That's how I gotta live life.
That is, because everything will make sense when we die. There's so much that is just beyond our comprehension. So, no, we can't defend it to non-believers, and we can't explain it because we don't have the language. They don't have the ears. So it will all make sense, though.
It'll all make sense.
So, finally. New Year's Eve.
Finishing up the party. Everyone's bellies are full. And their drinks have been drunk.
The drinks have been drunk.
How do we... What do we...
What do you...
What are we talking
Okay,
about?
we're having a fun time. Great time, rather. And you know what Verona always thinks about the less fortunate. So, someone who's watching it, they're not in the happy mood that we're in. And they're not...
Come to our party.
Yeah, what do you say to these people?
I say come to our party.
Sad. I'm sad.
If you're sad, and it's a new year, that's like, what's the point? What's better as the new year than to see a fresh start?
Yeah.
We talked literally just yesterday when we were talking about resolutions, but about how obviously it doesn't really change anything, but it does in a way, so whatever however you see your life improving, make steps to that. Make 2021 be a year that by the end of it, this time at the end of it, you're like, wow, look how far I came from last year when I was watching Croak and Crow and not being too happy about the new year.
Right.
Make that change. Make the steps, however small they are. I talk about working out a lot, but I promise you, if you you stick to going to the gym 4 times a week, and you don't do anything differently. If there's just don't try to go on a crash diet, drop a ton of weight. If you just go to the gym 4 times a week, just consistency. All about my end date is December 30th, 2021.
Right.
You will have made the biggest accomplishment, and at that time you're gonna be like, wow. It doesn't don't worry about anything else. So that goes for anything. No matter what has been tough, make the tiniest step. Make the tiniest step and just be determined with that direction.
Right.
Say, listen, I know I might not, I don't know, I want to learn a language or anything academic. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but all I do know, one thing I'm determined about is 20 minutes a day I'm going to practice. Don't worry about learning the language. The only thing, be determined in 2021 is I'm going to learn it for 20 minutes.
Right.
That is how you learn things. It's not by I want to learn German. It's I want to practice German for 20 minutes every single day for 365 days.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
If you want to change your life, then if you want your life changed, then change your life. Okay? And so much of it is just mindset, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, because, you've said a few times on here, if I say something, and even in procrastination, I said, I'm a huge procrastinator. I'm a procrastinator. And you said you're not a procrastinator. You procrastinate a lot. Yeah. And try to say, instead of you procrastinate, I procrastinate all the time. Oh my God. What really?
That Welch is great.
I procrastinate sometimes, that type of thing. So reframing, you talk about reframing a lot.
I do.
And so if you're alone on New Year's Eve and you don't have a charcuterie tray.
In your defense, it's not the easiest of words.
And you don't have paint and you don't have party and everything like this.
You don't have Frank.
You don't have Frank. It's sad because you're comparing, I must be sad because I'm alone. People always say that, I must be sad because those people are having this and I don't have that. But if you reframe it, it's okay. That's your party. Yeah. And,
I learned a lot about myself and FOMO. That's fear of missing out for you guys. Some
people don't know that.
During COVID. And because I'm a social butterfly. I'm a socialite. What does a socialite mean?
You're a socialist.
I'm a socialist. I want a giver society.
Yeah.
And so I love going out, but it got to a point where, because I was so used to going out all the time, if I wasn't going out on a Friday night, I'd get all anxious and I'd look at other people going out, on my Snapchat, and I'd be like, why aren't I out there? Why out there? But then COVID happened and no one goes out.
Right.
And there'll be times I'll be in bed at 10:30 and I'll look at my phone. I'm like, oh, it's Friday night. I would be freaking out pre-COVID. Now I'm not saying, oh, I don't like going out anymore. It's just that I could have had that same mindset. Oh, because when I would have that mindset as if I didn't have plans.
Right.
Instead of being worried about not having plans, I've been enjoying my Friday nights.
Right.
I might get something to eat. I might lay in bed, watch Netflix.
Right.
But as soon as I'm comparing it, it turns into a terrible night. Where if it was don't be worried about what other people are doing tonight. How was your night besides that? It was well, it was good, but I could have been. It's no.
Right.
Reframe your mind.
And nothing has to be a permanent condition. So oh, I was joking earlier when I said what you do on New Year's Eve, you'll do the whole year. At this time, you're not going out or you're not doing whatever. Doesn't mean that will be all the times of your life forever, Yeah. You don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know. You don't know where you'll be next year. Next year, we'll probably be doing this New Year's Eve stream from, I don't know, Dubai?
Yeah, definitely. I want to go to Dubai.
Does Dubai I want to do a place that gets New Year's first. I think that'd be that direction, right? Australia? I don't know if I'd want to do New Year's Eve in Australia. They kind of scare me.
Australia scares you?
Like the animals and stuff.
They're not at the airport.
I don't know. Just a kangaroo holding your name.
I know the spiders are pretty scary.
Yeah. They are scary. And it's not comforting because there's some things where some places where it's yeah, watch out. We got some marine spiders there. Uh-huh. But the Australians are so scary in their own right where they're oh, what are you afraid of? That's just a little. That's a little baby spiders.
Right.
Oh my, I cannot. I've lost that accent.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not afraid. It's like, okay, you guys are all crazy. I don't want to be around any of you. Just kidding, Australians. I love you. I'm just frightened about how not frightened you guys are.
I think they're proud of being crazy.
Proud of being crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's that. How far along are you on the painting?
I'm done.
Oh, you're done?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to wrap it up?
Sure.
All right, guys. That was the 2020 New Year's Eve party.
Well,
I hope.
What does the clock say? Let's do the countdown with them.
Oh, let's do the countdown with you. All right, guys. Well, let me just caveat first.
Yeah, let me see. Oh, yeah, we have time.
And are you going to show the painting before?
Mm-mm.
It'll be part of the 2020.
When it's the 3, 2, 1.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. 2020 has truly been a blessing in disguise. Croak and Crow was founded. You all were here with us. You got to party with us. We met new friends, and we're keeping the old. Not calling you old, like the friends before.
Yeah, like one is silver and the other gold.
And who knows what 20. Who knows what 2021 will have in store for us. But whatever it is, I know it's going to be good, and I'm ready for it. Stay tuned for all of the content we put out, because there's going to be a lot. We don't know where to begin.
No.
There's going to be van builds.
Yeah.
There's going to be meme reviews.
Yes.
There'll be surprise videos. I don't know. All I know is that we are 15 seconds away from New Year's. Oh my gosh. All right.
Okay.
Where's the watch? I gotta be in it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Frank! Can you believe it, Frank?
Frank!